New tonight, the Muskegon Heights City Council held the first official meeting since the sudden firing of their interim city manager, who had been on the job since last August. 13 on your side's Jordan Hatfield was in Muskegon Heights tonight, the first with their new city manager, Fire Chief Sean Derek Roberson. Jordan.
Juliet, Pearlette Merrieweather was removed from the interim city manager position on June 9th after councilperson Lachey Simmons claimed she was in breach of her contract. Less than 2 weeks later, the fallout from her firing still hangs over the city council. The Muskegon Heights City Council meeting Monday night, their first regular meeting since interim city manager Pearlette Merrieweather was fired and escorted from the chambers by City Police Chief Maurice Sane. The move not sitting right with Councilman Ronald Jenkins.
I want to make sure that we do things the right way.
Merrieweather was fired after a 4-3 vote from the council. Jenkins voted against the firing. Early in the meeting, he attempted to add an item to the agenda discussing Merrieweather's firing, arguing how they handled it was not by the book.
It should not have been turned into a privilege motion. We're using privilege out of context. Nobody want to change their vote, that's fine. But at least we do it right.
The motion rubbing councilperson Lachey Simmons the wrong way.
We're talking about her, which her seems to be me, that we actually use terms such as the majority, because the majority is the ones that voted for it.
That motion,
no,
failing in a 4-3 vote. Simmons ultimately brought forward the motion to fire Merrieweather, allegedly for expensing around $450,000 without prior council approval. Members of the city finance department revealing that money was used to pay bills.
The city manager did their job to make sure that the bills are paid.
right. Just because the city manager comes and tell you to move the money, you just move it. There's no validation source in place where council said and approved this to happen. No. But there should be.
The squabbling over Merrieweather's firing doesn't sit well with community members either, like Gemini DePoet.
We were told that $450,000 just came up missing, and finance told us tonight that was not what happened.
She's frustrated with the dysfunction.
I'm extremely embarrassed tonight. I said that countless times throughout the meeting. Just like looking back, like, hey, the news is here and we're arguing for 30 to 45 minutes before we even get to business.
It should be noted that current city manager and fire chief Sean Derek Roberson attended the meeting virtually. Another issue at the meeting was the lack of approval for the previous meeting's minutes, which Councilperson Simmons tried to make a priority to prevent the council meeting from violating any open door laws. In the newsroom, Jordan Hatfield, 13 on your side.